This one's called My Uncle. Michael doesn't know it yet, but he's my uncle. He's a good uncle, too. The kind you'd point to in a lineup of potential uncles, each with different heights, weights, facial hair arrangements, and resumes of Saturday afternoon specialties, and you'd say, that's the one! I want him to be my uncle. I'm just saying, is all. Michael's tall and bony, soft-spoken, sweet, and urgent and friendly, with a little bit of an unshaven beard and tiny round glasses that make him look like a professor, even though he's really a stockbroker. His resume includes great storytelling, 80s dancing, cultural knowledge, and tender emotional support. For extracurriculars outside of being an uncle, he's an expert in anal sex with hot men and is up on the latest HIV research. Just saying. I don't actually like men. In fact, I'm lukewarm about the institution of uncles in general, but I like Michael. Something about the way he hugs my shoulders when I sit down next to him and treats everything I talk about like it's such a serious matter that his life depends on listening to it. No, actually, now that I think about it, he doesn't really do either of those things very often. Instead, he more talks about his life incessantly, like he's an excited 5-year-old who's already seen half the world, but remembers with each word that comes out of his mouth that there's still another half. I like listening to him. And I like to think that if I needed to, he'd drop everything to protect me and teach me how to stand up in the world. Unless there were a cute man around there, that is. When you look at Michael's eyes, you can see butterflies locked inside them, beating their wings frantically against his retinas, trying to get him to do something else with his life. Really, he could do anything. Michael's cheeks and butt are fake because he doesn't want to look like he's dying. He's built himself, and I admire that. I want to be dying too. Just saying. Michael is my dad's older brother. My dad died when I was 15. Michael died when I was 2. He was wrapped up in a bed at my grandparents' house, quarantined from the outside world because nobody wanted to catch his plagues, the AIDS, or the gay. I like to think that if he had known me, he would have told me to stay honest and love myself no matter what. Instead, my dad knew me, and he told me not to make God uncomfortable. My dad tried to get Michael to repent for his love sins on his hospice deathbed, and Michael told him that he and God are comfortable with each other. Michael died with his eyes open and his hands reaching toward the ceiling. I wasn't there. But I've seen pictures of Michael, and he didn't make me uncomfortable. Instead, he was tall and bony and kind of looked like a professor. Just saying. Michael doesn't know it yet, but he's my uncle. I'm worried that telling him might scare him away. I'm worried that loving him might make him die sooner. I'm worried that he might not protect me from my fathers or teach me how to make God feel comfortable. I kind of want to curl up in a little ball and hide behind him sometimes, but I'm scared that he's a shrinking cloud, and if I lose him, it can't be another 22 years before I find another Uncle Michael, and I can't go that long again being the only one in my family who makes fathers uncomfortable, and I'm scared, like a 2-year-old girl watching a dead man point at the ceiling, and this is all because I just figured out that I'm queer. I'm just saying is all.